Watchmen was a big shift because that was, I felt way out of my league on that one. I really struggled because it was such a big film and I really felt like I had no idea what I was doing. I had no training and I was working with these fabulous theater actors who had all the training in the world. I definitely didn't feel worthy of being there. I felt like I had tricked them into casting me. You know, there was a lot of stuff that I was going through. So it was definitely a shift. And I just said, all right, I can't just follow now anymore. I have to start making decisions of what it is that I want to learn, where it is, what direction I want to go in. What do I like creatively? What do I find fun? What do I want to put my best foot forward. I don't want to feel like I'm in that position where I feel like I'm the weakest link in a production, So yeah, that probably was a little bit of a turning point.
Were you feeling that way throughout the entirety of making Watchmen, or was there a point during the production where you kind of started to gain some confidence and feel like you were worthy to be among that group?
It was an ebb and flow from day to day. Some days I felt better than others, but yeah, for the most part, because everyone I was working with was just so darn good that I guess I noticed the difference I realized that I didn't know how to prepare for a role and they did. And that was really getting to me it wasn't like, it was more just, I was disappointed in myself that I hadn't taken more time before going into this. But I realized the reason I didn't was because I didn't know the direction I was going in. I wasn't leading my own way. You know what I mean? So nowadays I'll take roles and I'll make sure that it's something that I can develop and work with and that I find interesting and that I come in prepared.
How do you make sure you look back on it in a positive way in order to get past that and then build on a stronger path for yourself?
It's a good question. I think that it's important to remember that this type of work is creative and creativity is a constant growth. There is no end. And that was just part of the journey. And it had to happen in order. It's a catalyst. Everything becomes sort of a catalyst for something else. So, I look back on it now. I loved the experience as far as the people I got to work with and to have been a part of that beautiful production. And I'm thankful that it woke me up a little bit to, the importance of preparation and just so that I could grow from that experience. I think any growth, then it's been worth it. But, and also I say this to my friends sometimes, it's just so interesting because a lot of people at their jobs, they sit behind, you can't see them, they're not in front of a camera. We're doing our jobs. We're still figuring out our jobs. And then it's printed and people are watching it and it's never a finished product, so it's always a work in process. And we watch actors from the beginning of their careers towards the end of their careers and you go, wow, they've grown so much. So for me to watch other people as well, I've gone, yeah, it's a process and that's okay. I've got to accept that, some projects are going to go better than others. And as long as you walk away from it with some sort of growth and some sort of learning, then it was worth it,
Having had that experience on Watchmen, if another, let's say, like a big brand superhero, big budget type thing comes your way, has that experience at all? And I don't even mean it in like a negative way towards Watchmen, but just as far as your taste in roles go, does that change whether or not you would want to do something like that again?
I would absolutely do something like that again. I'm ready for it this time. I would love to do it, actually. It would feel like I get a second chance at it.